Hello everyone, I'm Ken the Bearded Accountant. I drop a video every Sunday and Wednesday on beard-related topics. For today, I was going to do a review of 2 oils and 2 butters from 607 Beard Care products. This was going to be a 2-part video because before I get into my review, I wanted to talk about something that comes to mind when I think about 607 Beard Care. I soon realized that both parts of the video together would run too long for my taste, so I thought I'd do the first part and save the actual products review for a later date. What I thought about often as I use 607's products was that I don't see a lot of content out there on YouTube for this company, which struck me as a bit odd, especially with the introduction of his newest beard butter, the Smooth, which from what I've seen in reviews has been described almost always as a real game changer. Now, I'm not aware of every reviewer out there, so maybe there's a lot more out there that I just couldn't find, but it struck me that each review I saw for 607's The Smooth Beard Butter, with the exception of one from a larger channel, were all from smaller channels with under 1,000 subs. So it got me thinking about why a company with what appears to be a game-changing product hasn't been reviewed by many of the larger established channels. The reason I leaned towards is that Will, as far as I know, has always been unwilling to pay for reviews. I became curious and I checked out the video history for 4 channels I'm quite familiar with. All were channels with over 1,000 subs that I know get paid for reviews, to see if they had ever done a review of 607 products. And from what I found, they hadn't. It got me wondering whether it's becoming necessary for companies to pay for reviews if they expect to get any sort of traction as far as a YouTube presence. Now, before I go on, I've got to say, even if I'm still doing this 5 years from now, I'm sure there are going to be a ton of deserving companies that I'm never going to get around to trying. For all I know, each of the channels I looked at may have it in beard right now waiting to get around to scheduling a review. That possibility aside, I still found it curious how little content I could find out there and who was doing the content that I did find. So I just want to briefly discuss some ideas that all this just kind of got floating around in my head. Okay, first, for YouTube viewers, I think it should be kept in mind that for just some of these paid influencers, what you're going to be shown by them is what they've been paid to show you. I know basically these are all nice guys that do a lot of good things for others and give their honest opinions, but if you're only seeing what they're paid to show you, well, then you're not getting a well-rounded influence. Second, for the companies, this stuff must work or they wouldn't pay, especially the coordinated campaigns which have multiple reviewers putting out content on their products within what looks like a pretty planned rollout of content. For all the companies that successfully use this approach, good for you. But I'm sure there are companies out there operating on a shoestring budget that couldn't possibly afford that kind of advertising outlay. For these folks that are just starting out, that really don't have the money for any kind of outlay, they're just trying to get it rolling, get it out there, I think there is another option. I took a look at a group of paid reviewers that were above 1,000 subs and below 2,000 subs. If I were to generalize their numbers, a generous description of their average views, I found to be 200 views on the average for a review and 400 views for a live stream, including views both during the live stream and the ones that they get afterwards. I did the same thing. I found that I used the same sort of generalizations for the above 300 and below 1,000 sub folks. It looked like it was around 50 views for a review and 100 for a live stream. And that's me being stingy for these folks. In a lot of cases, it was more. It seems to me that a lot of those 1,000 sub folks would be happy to review your products with no payment if you simply provide the product. Let's say you get 4 of these reviewers. You could potentially get the same exposure for $100 in product costs and shipping. I don't know that that exposure would be as good as the bigger paid guys, but it is certainly more affordable, especially for those folks who cannot afford anymore. Okay, and thirdly, the paid reviewers. I think the paid reviewers, for the amount of time and effort they put into what they're doing, if you consider it a paid job, that they're doing. For the amounts I've heard that they're getting, they're probably really underpaid for the amount of work that they're putting out. To summarize the whole point of this video, so this was just a food for thought video, and my main point is that I would hate to see things move in a direction where new startup companies really must pay to play in order to get any significant traction on YouTube. Now, if every single one of us that gets to, 800, 900,000 subscribers starts demanding payment, then we're going to end up in a situation where all you've got is paid reviews, and all you've got is all you're seeing are the products that someone paid, to get reviewed. For myself personally, I don't ever want to get paid. I just wouldn't enjoy it. I don't think it's wrong. I wouldn't want to deal with it. Plus, I already know how to make the most money I could possibly make with my YouTube activities, and that would be to stop my YouTube activities. Making these videos is a strain on my time that could be spent working, which I believe will always pay me more than I could earn on YouTube. So for me, it's not a right or wrong. It's just it wouldn't work for me. I wouldn't like it, wouldn't enjoy it. Therefore, I wouldn't do it. I only did this video because I was surprised by the limited exposure this new product from 607, the Smooth, has gotten, and dug around a little and was surprised by what I found. I'm not planning to make this topic a common theme in my videos. I'm not looking to piss anyone off. Just food for thought to viewers, the guys doing the reviews, that, do we really want to get to a point where unless you're paying, you're getting nowhere on YouTube? And as I said, if every single one of us starts demanding money, that is where it could go. So if you think I did a good job, hit the like button, notification bell if you'd like to see more, and please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me with the channel. And if you didn't like the video, please restrain yourself from hitting that unsubscribe button. So with that, I'm out.